Golden State took 2 out of 3 from Memphis in the regular season. Looking at the numbers, Klay Thompson averaged about 31 points, and Steph Curry averaged about 24.
Well, see, that's actually a perfect example right there. Klay Thompson's going to get his numbers, but that 24, because Mike Conley has two things. Number one, he's very good defensively, but he could attack Steph Curry on the other end. So that 24 goes to 34 real quickly. And there's no disrespect to Bino Udrih or Nick Calathis. They just don't have the foot speed to try to guard Steph. So that's, but you know.
Amazing when 24 is light work.
And Klay Thompson shot 62% against Memphis, including 18 out of 24 from three-point range. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's going to be a classic confrontation of big guys because Gasol and Zach down low have a huge advantage. And on the perimeter, Golden State has a huge advantage. Listen, we don't know the situation with Mike Conley. I think the pressure switches to Jeff Green. You know, he really stepped up tonight. He's the guy to me. That's going to be a very interesting series.
Can't get more contrasting styles in these two.
You cannot.
Golden State shoots so many threes. Memphis is not really part of their arsenal.
But the key is going to be, to me, Jeff Green. Can he make an impact on the game? But like I say, Steph and Klay, they're the best backcourt in the NBA. They're going to do their thing. Mark and Zach, they're the best power forward center combination in the NBA. Jeff Green, to me, is the wild card. What can he do?
What's your early read on that series?
Well, I'm going to probably have to pick Golden State. The only way Memphis would have a chance is if they slow the game down. But, you know, if you take wild shots against Memphis, they could get out on the break and, you know, the two superstars that they have. But, you know, we always mention, you know, Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, but the Golden State others are also playing very well.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is playing well. You know, their whole team playing well. So I'm going to say Memphis might get one game. That's about it.
And you heard Dave Yeager saying it, and you heard Chuck say it too here about with the loss of Mike Conley and defensively what an impact that has on that team, Kenny.
Well, his offense is his defense as well, you know, because he keeps you on your heels as well. So that keeps your mind when you have a great player like Steph Curry, who is possibly going to be the MVP of the league, and he can only think about offense. You know, he's so on track that he can have phenomenal nights instead of great nights. And you just don't want superstar guys to have phenomenal nights. You want them to just have good nights. And it will be good night for Memphis, I think, without Mike Conley in there on an easier basis. If they're able to pull this off, it'll be the greatest train robbery I've ever seen because the Golden State, they're focused, they have everything, and I don't know if they have the biggest advantages if they had this series even because Draymond Green and Bogut are better defenders because when they play well, they play defense. So they are not two big guys that when they play well, they score. So they can have a great game by stopping people. So that helps a little bit. So they won't have, I don't think, I think they have an easier time against Portland than they will against.
Well, but I'm just saying, Marc Gasol and Zach, they're legit post-up people. LaMarcus is a jump shooter on the post, and they don't have another guy on the post. Zach's going to post up every single time. Even if you go back to the series against New Orleans, Anthony Davis, who's going to be the best player in the world in the next 3 or 4 years, Draymond Green kept pushing him out to almost to the bench.
What I was saying, I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge and Robin Lopez are as good as defenders as Draymond Green and Bogut. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying those guys going to be a handful down low because Zach's going to post up every single time. Like I said, when they played against New Orleans, they were pushing Anthony Davis out so far because he's so light in the cakes. They kept pushing him out there. He's not going to push Zach out there. That's going to be a nice matchup. As much as Draymond is a terrific defender, he's going to have his hands full. And Bogut, listen, man, when you play against Marc Gasol, he's the best passing big man other than Noah in the NBA. Those guys going to be on the box. It just depends on if Memphis can get anything from the perimeter. And it was interesting you said that Steph only averaged. Kenny had a very good point. I don't think Steph Curry is such a good offensive player. You can't stop him. So the best thing to do is you got to go back at him. And it's clearly judging by he only averaged 24 points a game. That tells me Mike Conley was going back at him. And that's the only way to stop a great offense player. You can't let him think about just offense.
Golden State, highest scoring team in the league. Memphis, number 2 in points allowed. And as far as those three go, Curry had 20 in the 4-game sweep of New Orleans. Memphis had 24 as a team in the 5-game series against Portland.